A grim and terrifying picture of Birmingham in 1919 was revealed by BBC News on the 12th of September 2013 when publicising the first episode of Peaky Blinders. Under the headline, Birmingham's Real Peaky Blinders, the city's dank slum streets were depicted as ruled by gangs made up of hundreds of youths armed with knives, razor blades and hammers. Murders were rife and robberies, thefts and riots were a daily occurrence at the hands of young gang members who hold the entire city in a fearful, bloody grip. The police did their best to control the daily nightmare, but were vastly outnumbered. This gang violence had erupted in the 1870s, the article explained, when hundreds of youths fought, sometimes to the death, in mass brawls that lasted for hours, so as to own areas like Small Heath and Cheapside. The most prominent and ruthless of these early gangs were the Sloggers, or the Cheapside Slogging Gang, which for 30 years had ruled with protection rackets and violence. Many rival gangs arose, but the most fearful force on the city streets a century ago was, it was claimed, the Peaky Blinders. As deliberately stylish as they were violent, their chilling nickname was derived from the razor blades carefully stitched into the front of their caps, which could be used to blind their victims. The reality was very different. In 1919, Birmingham was not terrorised by gang warfare. Murder was not rife. There were no riots, and there was no Peaky Blinder gang. Amongst contemporaries, the best gauge of ruffianism was regarded as the return of assaults on the police. That year, there were 134 convictions for this offence, relating to a police force of 1,341 and a population of around 900,000. This compared to 557 convictions in 1899 for 685 officers in a smaller population of just over 500,000. The fall was remarkable. In fact, so much had violent crime dropped that it did not even warrant a mention in the 1919 annual report of the Chief Constable of Birmingham. He did, though, comment on the increase in street betting, suicides and street vehicular accidents, as well as on the marked decline in juvenile crime, especially in serious classes. Whilst not noted in the report, there was a total of 18 offences of murder and manslaughter over the 3 years between 1918 and 1920. That averages at 6 a year. And although the riot act was read in Glasgow and Birkenhead in 1919, and there were also riots in the Midlands in Coventry, Bilston and Wolverhampton, amongst others, there were none in Birmingham. This was despite the turmoil of immediate post-war Britain, which was racked with disorder associated with angry soldiers, widespread strikes, sectarianism in Northern Ireland, and racist attacks in Cardiff, Hull and other ports.